Hello, welcome to Sunny Support. My name is Patrick. How may I help you?
I need help.
Yes?
I don't know what to do.
But that's why I'm here.
I feel hopeless.
Jesus, not this guy again, huh?
I am doing whatever I can, but
Have you tried clearing your cache and cookies?
my efforts are in vain,
No, huh?
and I cry in silence. My window against the rain.
I don't...
Hey, if you don't build your dreams, someone will hire you to help build theirs.
We do not have any open positions
Which dream
at
can I
the moment.
realize if my desire to play is always pain?
But,
I wonder if I've been
I can
when
ask
somebody will give me the instructions to live.
to a manager.
And
Can ask to a manager.
Silence is all I hear.
They got problems on problems on
Jesus.
problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sure that some of you guys are probably wondering, why is this guy trying to give pro points about working in call centers? I mean, everybody knows that they are basically hell on earth, right? But then again, why are people doing these kind of jobs? Is it always out of desperation, or perhaps there could be something else behind it? Let's find out. But first, if you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and follow my channel if you want to see more stuff like this. And at any point, if you have any questions, just comment down below. I always try to reply to everybody as fast as possible. So the first bad point of working in a call center, I'd say, is the fact that this job is kind of stressful, as you know. Meaning that you'll be handling a bunch of angry customers all the time, or you'll also be handling important angry customers, and also a lot of customers all at once. So this requires a set of skills that of course you develop during time, but still keep this in mind because this job is not for everybody. The second point regards the fact that this job is kind of monotonous. You'll be doing the same thing over and over and over again, and there's just not much of a room to your creativity or your personal touch, even though I would argue about this because I believe that it all depends of the company that you're working for, because some companies actually want for you to put your personal touch and be more informal towards the customers that you're handling, which I believe it's like the best way to do it. The third bad point, I believe, is just a continuation of the second one, because if these jobs can be really monotonous, they can also be really alienating. Meaning that, for example, you start your, I don't know, night shift or day shift, and you'll take a look at the clock at certain time, and then you'll take a look at the clock at another time, and you see that 5 hours have passed. And if on the short term this could look like appealing to you, well, on the long run you'll basically see that days, weeks, months and years are basically passing by, and you know, you're not even noticing them, and this could be pretty bad. So the last bad point of working in a call center that I wanted to talk about is all about your working environment. That sometimes can be pretty toxic, because it's not only you that are stressed, but also everybody else is around you, and therefore this requires some really good handling skills. I mean, to handle your stress, but also not end up caught up into the negativity around you. And therefore I suggest for you to be really careful and think about your long-term goals. But that's enough for the bad points. Let's now talk about the good points of working in a call center, and let's also change location. Okay, so we talked about the bad sides of working in call center. Let's now focus on the positive sides of working in call centers. The first thing I'd say is the fact that you'll get to meet a bunch of different people from all over the world that sometimes come from different backgrounds, and this is interesting and as well as really helpful for you to build up like your network and get to meet people from all over the world that otherwise you would never actually be able to meet. The second thing I'd say is that you'll be under boss, yes, but after the job's done, you go home. That's it. You go home, you chill, you do whatever. And some people, they really prefer this kind of jobs just because you don't have much responsibilities. And for example, when you're off, you're not allowed to work. Whilst, for example, if you're a manager, sometimes you'll get to work even when you're off for some business requirements. So chances are that if you're working as a customer support representative, you'll be working in shifts, and this will allow you to, for example, ask for certain shifts, ask for certain days off, or plan in advance your vacations. You also don't need to think, just execute. Some people really love that. They do not want to get involved too much in their work. They just want to do their part, go home and bye. So this is kind of a good position if you are one of these people. I'm, for example, I'm not like that because I like to put myself into my job, even when it requires for me to sacrifice a little bit my free time and whatever. But I really get this kind of people, and if you are like them, well, this is a really good position for you. I'd say that working as a customer support representative here in Sofia, oftentimes it comes with good salaries because if you are coming from outside Bulgaria, for example, it means that you have some skills, you know a language that, for example, most people here just don't, and therefore you're more valuable. And this means having a better salary. The most important point for me is that these kind of jobs, they really make you grow. They make you develop certain skills, because sometimes you're like assisting customers, but yes, you're also doing something else. Like you're doing some side jobs, and you are discovering some things if you are eager to learn. And this means overall growing and being able to build up a career and being able to choose which direction you want to take forward. The last thing I wanted to say is that it doesn't last forever. Call centers are really fast-paced, and sometimes you see a person and in 2 weeks time this person is not there anymore. And this means that some positions might be free at certain point, or maybe some new positions will come out, and this means that you have more chances to apply to different kind of job positions and grow and build up a career. This is like the best thing in my opinion. But yes, overall to me the good points outweigh the bad ones, and therefore to me working as a customer support representative is really helpful. It really helped me grow career-wise, and therefore I'd suggest for you, if you have a possibility to come and work here or work in general in a customer support and you're young, to do it and go for it. But actually, how do people find jobs here in Sofia? I'll show you now.
Sandra, say I love you.
Hey you! Shouldn't you be looking for a job instead of watching funny cat videos the whole day?
I already have a...
Shut up! Thanks to me, you're about to know the best ways on how to find a call center job in Sofia.
Okay.
Recruiters in Sofia are very active and always looking for the right people fluent in a bunch of different languages just like you are.
Thank you.
The first place I suggest for you to look at is LinkedIn. It's almost 2020. You must have a LinkedIn profile. Then I'd suggest for you to check out your country's jobs portal like Info Jobs for Italy, and then take a look at the Jobs Abroad section. Ah, I live for that section. The best thing to do, however, would be to check out Bulgaria's most famous jobs portal, jobs.bg, jobs.bg, jobs. Whatever. It's very famous and everybody's using it. However, my all-time favorite for its user-friendliness and the ultra-care of the job seekers is Dare, a brand new jobs portal based in Sofia that's young and fresh, just like you are.
Thank you!
But the list doesn't end up here. You can in fact find jobs via Facebook groups or through friends that already live here whose referral bonuses, my friend, are the real deal. Okay, are you satisfied now?
Yes!
Bye now!
I wanted to give you a full picture of this topic. I have also decided to interview a bunch of people that work or used to work in the field, and let's hear what they've got to say.
I'm French. I am actually a team manager for the French support. I am handling 25 people at the moment, shared with another colleague.
Well, my name is Diana Remondetto and I'm from Italy. It's a small town in the province of Turin. Everybody knows Juventus. So yeah, I'm here in Sofia, but actually my experience started in 2010 from Malta to Riga, from Riga to Malta again, and then coming to Sofia. I had many positions, but the first actually position that I obtained here, it was as a customer support. Currently I'm an affiliate acquisition account manager, and soon I'm going to be a country manager.
My name is Bert. I'm originally from Belgium and I've been working in customer support as a representative to help people for different projects.
My name is Lubo. I'm Bulgarian and I'm working in call center and contact centers now over 11 years in a row.
I didn't choose it, actually Sofia chose me because that time I was in Malta, before that in Riga, and I was looking to implement my knowledge of gaming. I was missing at that time the sport product, and I saw a very good opportunity with the company of here in Sofia. They basically made a very nice recruitment, and I managed in 2 years to achieve a lot of goals with them in terms exactly of knowledge for sport.
Basically, I lived in Australia for 2 years and I came back in France, worked there 1 year, and I had big trouble to find a job, basically a job that I wanted. And I looked upon the French unemployed research and I found out a job in Bulgaria. So I came 3 years ago to start as an agent for another company. I did the customer service as a tech support for something like 9 months, and after I was promoted as a manager. I stayed there 1 year, and after I moved to another company where I was an agent for like 2 months, and after I was a manager.
Sofia was basically the first city abroad where I had the possibility of getting a job. So I basically got my job first and then moved here, and that's how it all started.
It's a dynamic environment. We work with many people. Every year there are changes, so we have to adapt. So if you don't like changes, it may be a little too much dynamic and complicated. Then another plus is, of course, well, the good working conditions for Bulgarian standard, like with amenities like multi-sport cars. For 18 euro per month I can go in 600 sports places, and well, I'm swimming almost every day now. Of course there is an amount of stress because of the many people in the same room. I mean, these are things that cannot be changed. Until we arrive to have home office works for everybody, it will be like this, it's normal. And of course corporate way of thinking, so there is hierarchy, there are rules to be followed, and stuff like this.
My advice is always to watch the full part of the glass and not the empty one, because a call center could be seen like a bad place because you are doing the same thing, but currently what you have on the market you can have an amazing knowledge, like for fraud department, payment department, KYC, actually whatever you can imagine, marketing, it's unfinished. So for negative parts, it depends, it's individual, but maybe just the fact that at the start you need to learn a lot, and of course you need to invest your time and your efforts in it.
One of the things that I find very frustrating is that you're working for a big BPO here in Sofia, that you're just considered as a number. That also displays in the way people are basically reacting with you, stuff that needs to be done, support stuff like that. But that's also very different per company. So not every company sees their employees like that, and they're also willing to help. One of the good things that I find here is that for guys like me with actually no proper college degree or university education or whatsoever, it's really easy for us to get a job and to grow there as well if they let you. The cost of living is so great here and it's so cheap. We can do a whole lot more with less money, which gives me the possibilities to go out more often, to do more fun stuff that I won't be able to do back home.
By talking to them every day, every time, to check what is going on, we can see them when they're stressed, you know, this kind of behavior that you can see on the desk, like meeting the customer, smashing the desk, or this kind of stuff. So basically, if this happens, I will take them out just for 5 minutes, just for a cigarette if they're smokers, you know. It's just letting them breathe as well, because it's not easy every time. And we also have other stuff, like we are doing some kind of team building, so it's doing some kind of, we can go to a restaurant, you can go to do some karting, whatever it is. And also being nice with them, that's the main point, that, you know, we have also targets as managers, objective and big stress on us. And the goal is to avoid to put it on our guys. So it's not easy every time, but the point is to be this kind of block between the clients and our guys to avoid to give the stress to them.
Actually, I know many people here in Sofia and everybody had a different experience, but in my position I can say if you are constant, if you are serious, if you are really hungry to have your own success, just believe and do it, because Sofia, it seems like a small and not important city, but actually it's giving you a lot. It's just to have, of course, the right passion and the right belief that you can do it. Follow your dreams, guys.
There are some indications that the life as we know it as an expat here is soon to be over. So I'm not sure if it's worth the risk if you're planning to stay for like more years than I do now. But if you're looking for a quick adventure and something new, it's definitely something I would recommend.
I mean, I am in the hiring process at the moment, you know, I'm doing a lot of interviews, and I mean, this job is not for everybody. This is something which is kind of tough, as I said, and everybody can do it. You don't need a technical background or studies to do this kind of job, because it's mainly basic and you can learn on the go in the trainings. But you need to have a good character, meaning like you need to want to improve, and also you need to have a good reaction when you have feedback, because basically that's the point that we will do every time, it give feedback telling you this is going well or not. And yeah, I will say open-minded and eager to learn. That's two main characteristics that you need to go on this kind of job.
Okay, so now it's your turn. Would you ever apply for such a position, or have you already worked in call centers before? Let me know down in the comments. Let's have a discussion and see you in the next one.